Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn some basic music theory. So first thing we have to learn musical notes. So the first note is whole note. Okay. So the notation of that whole note is written as a circle. So we are calling this as head of the note. Okay. So this note is called whole note. And then the another name for whole note is semi-breve. And then how many counts for this note is? That is 4 counts. Okay. So this is the whole note. Another name for that whole note is semi-breve, and then 4 counts for this note. So the count means I will teach that what is the count. First we can learn all the notes. Okay. So this is the whole note. So now the next one is dotted half note. Another name for dotted half note is dotted minim. The count for the dotted minim is 3 counts. Okay. So the next note is half note. Okay. The another name for half note is minim. The count for the half note is 2 counts. Okay. The next note is quarter note. Okay. Here the head is shaded and there is a stem. So this is head. Okay. This is the quarter note. Another name for quarter note is crotchet. C-R-O-T-C-H-E-T. How many count for the quarter note is? That is only 1 count. And then the next note is eighth note. The another name for eighth note is quaver. How many count for the quaver note? That is half count. Okay. So here, see, here is only the head alone will be there, and then the dotted half note has head and then stem, the dot after the note. Okay. So that it is called dotted half note. And then this is the half note. It has the head and the stem alone. In quarter note, the head is shaded and there is a stem. Okay. This is the eighth note. This is the half of the quarter note. Okay. So this is eighth note. The count for the eighth note is half. Okay. So just learn these all things, and the count is so every song is combined as counts. Okay. So every song will be arranged as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the songs will be like that. And that is the rhythm. Okay. So the background beat. So now we can learn the counts. Counts means, so every song is arranged as counts. Okay. So imagine Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay. So if we clap for that song, we will do like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Twinkle twinkle little star. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 counts is repeatedly comes. Okay. So if the note if this note is given means we have to hold the note, we have to press the note for 4 counts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to until the 4 count end. You have to hold this whole note. Okay, if the whole note is given in your song, you have to hold that note for 4 counts. Okay, if the dotted half note if the dotted half note given in your song, you have to hold the note for 3 counts, that is 1, 2, 3. In the next first count, we have to press this note again. Okay, so if the same notice comes again and again means you have to press this note for 3 counts alone, hold the note for 3 counts alone. If the half note is given in your song, you have to hold the note for 2 counts. If the quarter note is given in your song, you have to hold that note only 1 count, that is for 4 counts inside a bar, inside a bar. If there is 4 quarter note given means you have to press this note for 4 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. For each count you have to press the note again and again, because that note has only 1 count. Okay, so you have to press for the 4 count 4 times. Okay, and then this is the 8th note, that is quaver note. This is the half the value of the crotchet note. So that is 8th note. So this is it has only half count. Okay, so we will divide that 1 count into 2 half pieces. Okay, so imagine a cake, you are dividing that into 2 pieces means, so imagine this is the cake means this is a biscuit or something else. This is the 1 count, so we are dividing that into 2 pieces. So this is 1 count, we are dividing it into half of counts. Okay, half of counts. Okay, so 1, and we are dividing the first count into 2 half of counts, and then second count into 2 half of counts, and then third count also into half of counts, and then fourth count also into half counts. Okay, so 1, so we have to count this quaver notes as 1 and. So we have to press for the 1 you have to press 1 quaver note, and the and count you have to press the next quaver note. Okay, so inside a 1 count you need to press 2 quaver notes. Okay, so 1 and, we are dividing each count into 2 pieces. Okay, so 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, like that the counts will goes on. So now we are going to learn some stave lines and staff lines, and then clefs. Okay, staves, or staff lines. And then clefs. Okay, so stave lines or staff lines means the musical notes. We learned the musical notes, right? So that notes are written on 5 lines. Okay, that 5 lines are called stave lines. Okay, so so we can see in all music notes are written in lines. Okay, so 5 lines. Okay, so there are 5 lines. Okay, so we have to put the number for that 5 lines. So 5 lines, that is from bottom to top we have to put number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line, this is fourth line, this is fifth line. Okay, so inside that in between in between 2 lines there is one space. Okay, so the first and second line, in between the first and second line there is the first space, and then this is the second space, this is the third space, and this is the fourth space. So 5 lines and 4 spaces are combinedly called stave lines. Okay, so stave lines are staff lines. The 5 lines and 4 spaces are combinedly called stave lines or staff lines. Okay, so another word is clef. Okay, so the clef is it denotes the clef of the sound. Okay, so using right hand or using left hand, we have to play that line. Okay, if this is if you have to play this line using right hand means they will give the treble clef. Okay, I will give the treble clef. Okay, so this the treble clef symbol will be like this. Okay, so put a dot in the first space and then go to the third line, then come to the first line, then go up. This is the, and then come down up to here. Okay, so this is the treble clef. If you see the staff lines which starts with this treble clef means you have to play that line using right hand. Okay, so if the line has to be played using left hand means they will use another symbol, that is bass clef. Okay, so we can draw that also. Okay, here also there are only 5 lines. Put the number for the lines and spaces. Okay, 1 from bottom to top. In both hands you have to put number from bottom to top. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The spaces first, second, third and 4 spaces. Okay, so 5 lines and 4 spaces. So this is using left hand means they will give the bass clef. Okay. Okay, the bass clef sign will be put a dot in the 4th line and then go to the 5th line, then come to the 2nd line. Okay, like a question mark, and then put a dot in the 3rd space and 4th space. This is called bass clef. So treble clef means we have to play that line using right hand. Bass clef means we have to play that line using left hand. Okay, so have you all clear the staff lines or stave lines and the clef? Musical notations are placed in the treble clef and bass clef staff lines. Okay, in staff lines, in treble staff lines and then bass staff lines how the musical notations are placed, that is the thing we are going to learn now. So the musical notations. Okay, so what are the musical alphabets we are going to use? So in musical alphabets only the 7 letters will be there, from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, after G again the A will come, A, B, C, D, and it will goes on like that in descending. So the previous note will be there. Okay, so only from A to G alphabets only we are going to use in musical in music. Okay, so these 7 alphabets are called musical alphabets. Okay, so if a note is placed in this line means we have to call that note as E or F or G. So that is the thing we are going to learn. This is very, very important. So if a note is placed in the first line of treble clef means that is E. Okay, this E. Okay, wow. And then if a note is placed in the first space of treble clef, treble staff, that is called F. In the second line, that is G. So E, F, G. After that, in the second space, A. In the third line, B. In the third space, C. In the fourth line, D. In the fourth space, E. And then in the fifth line, that is F. Okay, but if a note head, we learned, right? The whole note means the head or half note, the head. But the head, if the head is placed in the first line, that note is called E. If the head is placed in the third line, that note is called B. If the head is placed in the fourth space, that note is called E. Okay, so this is our middle octave okay. So in treble clef, where will be our middle C? Okay, so in piano the middle C is very very important. That is that is the center of the notes. Okay, center of the keys. Okay, so this the previous note of E is placed below the first line. Okay, and then our middle C will be in the a ledger line. Okay, this is, we are drawing another one extra line below the first line of treble staff. This is the middle C. Okay, so this is middle C, and then this is the D. So all the notes are arranged in the ascending order. So C, D, E, F. The next note will be in the next line and spaces. Okay, so okay, alternative notes are arranged in lines, alternative notes are arranged in spaces. Okay, so C, E, G, B, D, F are placed in the lines, and then D, F, A, C, E, these are placed in the spaces. Okay, so like that we can learn the left hand notes also. So if the you can easily say this, if this is the C, means the left hand notes, the previous note of C is B. Okay, this B will be placed in the left hand above the fifth line. Okay, above the fifth line and in between the fifth line and the extra ledger line. Okay, so this here the B will be there. Okay, in between the ledger line and the fifth line. Okay, I have drawn the both clefs combinedly. Okay, so you can easily learn this. Yes, so this is the B, and then the previous note of B is A. Okay, this A will be placed in the fifth line, and then the previous note of A is G. It is placed in the fourth space, and then the previous note is F, the previous note is E, the previous note is D, the previous note is C, the previous note is B, the previous note is A, and then the previous note is G. Okay, so from this G to this F, so all the notes are arranged from left hand first line to right hand fifth lines. Okay, so understand this in an easy way. So the next notes are arranged in next lines and spaces. Okay, so don't confuse with this. Okay, so this is our middle C. The middle C is in the right, if it is placed in the right hand, means it is below the first line, and then we are drawing the extra line. This line is extra, the extra line is called ledger line. Okay, so that is ledger line. Okay, okay, sure. So this is the extra line other than our 5 lines in both clefs. Okay, so in right hand the ledger line, that is our middle C, is placed below our first line, and then in left hand the ledger line, that is our middle C, is placed above the fifth line. Okay, so clear? That's all. So all the notes are arranged consequently. Okay, G, A, the next note is placed in the next lines and the next spaces. Note values. Okay, we know the count for each notes. Okay, so if this is the whole note, okay, how many count for the whole note? 4. Okay, okay, this is the half note. How many count for half note? Is 2. Okay, and then this is the quarter note. How many count for the quarter note? Is 1. Okay, and this is the note head should be drawn like oval shape. Okay, the slightly a slanting oval shape. Okay, Okay, so this is the 8th note. Okay, how many count for the 8th note? It is half. Okay, so now we are going to learn, this is the counts. Okay, so the note value means, so imagine a circle. Okay, imagine a cake. Okay, so the whole note is compared with the whole cake. Okay, imagine a cake. Okay, so this is only one piece. Okay, the whole, if we imagine this as a whole note, means there is only one piece. Okay, the whole note, that is the whole cake, that is the note value of the whole note is 1. Okay, only one pieces. Sure. Okay, so now we are dividing that into half pieces. Okay, half pieces. Okay, so half note, divide it into 2 pieces. Okay, half note. Okay, so how many pieces? 2 pieces. Okay, so this 2 is note value of the half note. Okay, and then come to the quarter note. So now we are dividing that whole cake into 4 pieces. That is a quarter part. Okay, so this is the quarter part. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 pieces. Okay, so the note value of the quarter note is 4. Okay, imagine that is 4 pieces. Okay, now the 8th note is, we have to divide that whole cake into 8 pieces. Okay, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so 8 pieces. So 8th note means we are dividing the whole note into 8 pieces. So the note value of the 8th note is 8. Okay, so have you all clear? The note value of whole note is 1, that is only one piece. The half note means we are dividing that one piece into 2. Okay, so that is 2. 2 is the note value of the half note, and then 4 is the note value of the quarter note. So that is, we are dividing the whole cake into 4 pieces. So 8th note means we are dividing the whole cake into 8 pieces. So that is the 8th note. So the note value of the 8th note is 8. Okay, have you all clear? These are all the counts. Okay, but these are all the note values. How to write a single note into different groups. Okay, so first take the whole note. Okay, how can we write the whole note into different groups? Okay, using different notes, how can we write this whole note? So easily we can say the whole note has 2 half note. Okay, so 2 half note means, so the whole note which is equal to 2 half note. So this and then this. So instead of this note, we can write these 2 notes. Okay, so instead of these 2 notes, we can write some another term also, another note group also. So 4 crochet notes. Okay, okay, so this is the another group. So first group is the whole note can be divided into 2 half notes, or it can be divided into 4 crochet notes, or it can be divided into 8 quaver notes. Okay, so 8 quaver notes which is equal to the whole note. We learned in the cake diagram. So 8 quaver notes which is equal to the whole note. Okay, so we can write 8 quavers. Okay, so 8 quavers. So we can write the whole note in using this any one of these groups. Okay, so these are all the different groups which forms the whole note. Okay, like that the minim note can be written as 2 crotchet notes, okay, or 4 quaver notes. Okay, that's all. Okay, so the minim note can be written as 2 crotchet notes or 4 quaver notes. So these 2 crotchet notes, because this is 1 count, this is 1 count, so that is 2 counts. Okay, combinedly 2 counts. Here half count, half count, half count, half count, so totally 2 counts. Okay, well, so this is the crotchet note which can be written as 2 quavers. So these are all the, so this is half count, this is half count, so equal to 1 count. Okay, so these are all the different groups. We can write the note into different groups.